also put it in because I didn't want to. I received it ahead of time. I saw it. It's not like 2 minutes before, so I'm trying to get ready for the year. Oh, jeez.
Not the clerk of the board.
No, I'm not gonna be thinking of anything I shouldn't be thinking of.
Guess what? It's 1:30. Good to go.
Hi, Commissioners. So, I wasn't sure if you wanted to start with convening for the
Angie,
Tonasket.
you better pull that. Sorry. Director Hubbard, interim Director Hubbard, you need to pull it.
There's,
You can do that right now.
Yeah, that voucher just like.
We still can't.
Okay.
Talk, right?
You got to talk. Those microphones don't.
Yeah, probably.
Good afternoon. Would you like to convene as a Tonasket EMS to sign these vouchers first, or would you like to do that
That's
later?
fine. Give them to us. So I move to adjourn as the Okanogan Board of County Commissioners and reconvene as the Tonasket EMS District. $270.27. And we have an invoice from Lifeline for the June EMS contract. It's $21,700. So I would move to pay the vouchers for the Lifeline June contract and the state auditor's office for the accountability audit in the total amount of $21,970.27.
Second. Motion second, discussion. Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye. Is that all we have for the Tonasket EMS?
Yes.
I would move to adjourn as the Tonasket EMS District and reconvene as the Okanogan Board of County Commissioners.
Second. Motion second, all in favor? Aye.
Okay, so moving through the planning agenda this afternoon, the first thing is the comprehensive plan update. This evening, there's a planning commission hearing regarding the capital facilities plan that's still scheduled, and then they will determine consistency with the current comp plan of those items that are in the capital facilities plan, and then that will be forwarded to you for consideration.
Angie, does that, so are they looking at that under the current comp plan?
Yes,
Okay, under the current consistency under the current comp?
yes,
Okay.
that's correct. And as you know, the DEIS was published for the comprehensive plan. That's available on the website. The Public Planning Commission is scheduled for August 9th. The right, oh, go ahead, do you have any
I
questions?
have questions.
Sure.
Okay, so moving forward, we will have the public, or the hearing for the planning commission on the DEIS.
Yes.
And then, so what's the schedule kind of after that?
So there's a 45-day comment period on the DEIS, which ends in September. And then at that time,
Okay, or the,
yes,
okay,
So if they come out with any recommendations, is what you're looking for.
yeah, so,
oh, yes, yes,
okay. So they will take the draft comprehensive plan as it relates to the public hearing on the DEIS and come up with recom. And then after that, will they forward all of that information to us for consideration?
yes, that's precisely correct. I believe in October, they'll
Yes.
probably have the hearing on the comprehensive plan.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
WRIA 49 Planning Unit, next meeting is August 1st. At that meeting,
First,
yes,
what time is that?
6 o'clock.
So I would like to attend that meeting, so Commissioner, if Commissioner Brand, I'm not going to speak for him, I'm assuming that he's going to be, but
And that's going to be held at the barn here?
Here, yes. If it's before he left, had updated the well tracking grant and got that submitted. Haven't heard.
pick out.
Next, he has the water summit, that letter that I know that has been under review. Not sure if you're ready at this time to send that out to anybody, or if you wanted any other changes to it.
Could you make sure that we get a list of the different entities and agencies that are on the list to have a letter sent to? List.
That was one of our tasks, is to identify if you had any changes you wish to see in the letter, as well as a recipient list of who, of course, it would go to,
Need to review the letter again.
I think it went to you on Friday again.
Yeah, he resent it out with his study session agendas.
I think I saw it.
Oh, yeah, in the study sessions. The letter and get recipients together.
Okay. So the supplemental budget appropriation, and that's to reconcile everything with our grants to make it so that everything can go into professional services, because we're going to need that to pay for the consultant and et cetera. But it's budget neutral because it's all grant funding from B and the WRIA 49 grant.
Yet, for our time from January 1st, 2018 to
Yes,
present on the
that
WRIA
just
49.
that just happened last Wednesday. Rocky submitted that.
Okay.
I think it was about $17,000.
Right there.
So is that, and I didn't look at, I'm sorry, I didn't look at supplemental. Is that part of the supplemental?
I believe so.
Yes, I believe it is.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause that was counted.
And the hearing for this is on August 6th at 3:30. Just a reminder.
The hearing for the
For the supplemental,
budget
yeah.
supplemental, okay.
Oh, and the next item, this is going towards his administrative study session, is the Census 2020 meeting.
This is going to be your administrative study session now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is just a reminder that that's tomorrow at 2 p.m., the the Census 2020 outreach meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, we have it on our agenda.
Yes.
Okay. And then Champerty Shores.
And the next item on your agenda is the memo for Champerty Shores. Just kind of lines out the history. I was hoping to have numbers from Jake Barker, who does have the numbers on what the extension would cost. He didn't get those to me prior to today's meeting, so I haven't been able to, so I can't update you on those. To form the LID and manage that project to get the sewer extension from where Mr. Barker has it to the rest of the way up to Champerty Shores. So that's the cut and thrust, if you will, is that probably going to have to happen. You might want to have conversations with the city of Oroville. I don't believe that they felt that they had staff capability to take on that task. I think that they would be would recommend a project manager as well. We will be, if you decide to move forward with forming an LID, we will be working in partnership with Public Works. And Josh is aware of that we're having this conversation. And as soon as I do get numbers from Jake, I'll forward those to you so that you have.
So from a project management standpoint, are you suggesting we have one for the whole thing of creating the LID and that?
I don't think that we need to, in my opinion, I don't believe we need to have them on board to form the LID. I think that work can be done between a partnership between Public Works and Planning. I have no problem running that at all. But when it comes to the actual getting the project underway, construction plans, that I don't think we have the technical skills or the staffing to make that happen.
I agree. Yeah.
You know, I think you're right. Yeah. The formation of the LID would be planning, public works, and the treasurer.
Exactly, of course.
Yes.
I neglected a very important part. Sorry about that. I had it in my head. But anyway, that's kind of and it could be that maybe City of Oroville can take on the project management. I don't know. I haven't had any conversations myself with them. My only conversations have been with Jake, trying to get numbers.
Yeah.
So we have an idea of what we'd need to try to get together to form that LID, to put put it all forward.
So realistically, once we get and those are construction costs, is that what we're looking at? So really, once we get kind of a preliminary construction cost, we should really go out with an RFQ for project management and pricing on the project itself, correct?
I would imagine that would be the next steps, yes.
Yeah, because then after that, then we can bond against, be able to know what our number is, bond against that and form the LID with the proper payback schedule.
Yeah, so have they made a decision to go with an LID, or are they still looking at the Public Works Trust Fund?
I have not heard anything about the Public Works Trust Fund.
Well, you got a project. I guess that, that's something where we should have a flow chart back here too, so we can turn around and go, okay, what do we got? So we have a project that we're gonna have performed. So when we went out for the when we went out for the ceiling, we went out with an RFQ, didn't we? We went request for qualifications.
And then that allows you to negotiate.
And that allows you to negotiate costs within that.
And it's a professional type.
Right, because then they can go out and figure out how much it's gonna cost for a contractor or whatever else. Okay, yes.
So that's where we're at with that. And as soon as I do get those numbers from Jake, I'll forward those to the board meeting.
Okay.
As soon as I receive the numbers from Mr. Porter, I'll forward them to the board.
So we do need to figure out
I gotta throw them under the bus.
you need to sort of figure out the structure of,
Yes, we have the vouchers also, which could be done today.
Right.
To make the auditor happy. Also, I would also recommend that you direct staff via motion in terms of the interim appointment. There's nothing that says you all agree that she's in that position. If you have a motion somewhere in the minutes today, then.
We didn't have a motion this morning, did we?
No, we didn't, because Tanya was gone. And
Right.
so that was kind of, yes, I agree. So we know that Ms. Hubbard will take it. So I move to appoint Angie Hubbard to the interim planning director for Okanogan County.
Second. Motion second, discussion. Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
You're now
And
officially
direct.
stuck. What's that?
Yes. That will be a separate motion because I didn't make it in the body of that one. How's that?
What's that?
Move to direct staff to create a resolution outlining her interim appointment.
Correct. Okay, second. Motion second, all in favor?
Aye. I need to listen more before I start talking. No, that's all right. Perfectly all right.
No,
So I think
it should be codified, so.
yeah, I think we're good now. So
All in favor?
You did.
yeah.
You did.
So Perry did a lot of things outside of the planning department. I mean, there was, there was a lot of things that he did that were directly related to planning. And we're gonna have to go out to put out a job advertisement, thank you, for a planning director. And obviously we're gonna have to look at the job description, because I think his job description says you do everything, including fix the kitchen sink.
Yes,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. So, I guess will the two of you kind of brainstorm about what you think that the structure of the department should look like moving forward?
Yes.
And you can coordinate that with HR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
And then
that's
if you
excellent.
think that there's,
And as we discussed this morning too, have been in the process of discussing another senior planner. And because of just exactly what Commissioner Moore just said, I think we should, do an
actually that one will just be putting it
Oh,
out.
no, that'd be
That would
advertising,
just be
yeah.
advertising.
Right, because
Yeah,
we have the
because
position,
there's
we don't have
already
it funded, but we already have the budget in our, or the line in our budget.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then the other thing too is thinking about, okay, all of the other extraneous things that Perry used to do, how does that get rolled up into possibly another, I mean, we have been asked about, well, grant writing and grant administration. I mean, there's been chats kind of all through the 2.5 years that I've been here, and I'm sure for many, many years,
Discuss it.
of having somebody that can, go out and actually look for those things, that has the time to look for them, pays their, a lot of their salary by administering grants. And then being able to do some of that, that economic development piece, kind of that liaison with the community a little bit. I don't know, maybe something like that. So just when you're brainstorming, just think about what would be good if we could afford, to do whatever we need to do. And then as we look at it, we just have to go, okay, well, this is what we have to budget, so let's see if we can't pare this back or try these things.
Okay.
I know it's vague, but I'm interested to hear what you two come up with for a
Be careful what you wish for.
That's all right.
We can be pretty
No.
creative.
Yeah, let's remember that we can't make money growing on trees, unfortunately. But, just come up with, because we actually had that discussion here this morning about having the departments come up with what the department should actually look like, barring, or not contingent on funding, but actually just what the department should look like as it relates to, operations in Okanogan County. Because then if we get that structure down, and then we say, okay, well, we really could use, 3 planner 1s, 3 planner 2s, and 3 planner 3s, but we say, well, we don't have the budget for that, so what are we going to, hire? Then at least we have a structure that you can go by to say, okay, this is what. All right. Anything for us?
I don't think so. Not right this moment.
We'll go forth and be creative.
We will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dan McCarthy said he'll be in around 2:30.
Okay. So let's do vouchers.
Yeah, that's all right. I move to approve the vouchers in the amount of $543,516.65.
Second. Motion second, discussion. Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Aye.
I move to approve the public health vouchers in the amount of $28,594.87.
Second. Motion second, all in favor?
Right?
Aye.
Do you have anything else that we need to do?
I have a couple things that are outside the consent agenda. So, on Friday when I was creating the consent agenda items list, Public Works hadn't yet given me the Word version of the resolutions. So on the consent agenda, it says 86, 2019.
Uh-huh.
It's actually just 6 for the old 97. And the 86 and
Okay. Oh.
tomorrow,
But 86 is only for Salmon Creek, or is that
only for
Bear
old
Yeah.
97
Old
Bears.
97.
And then Salmon Creek is a separate one,
Is it separate?
which I'm asking you to approve today.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't realize those were 2 resolutions.
Gotcha.
No, this is the letter of commitment.
This had a spelling. Ooh.
Shall I just pin that in?
I don't know. We should ask Laney about that one. That one, this one has a spelling error too, actually, on it.
It does?
Mhm.
Wow.
I don't know if you just want me to pencil it in or do you want to change it?
Oh, I definitely want to change it. That is not even.
Not even close, huh?
I'd have to go down and change my voting.
Yeah.
No, we're not gonna do that yet.
Alright. So, we would move to sign the appointment letter of Miss Patty Middleton to the Okanogan Lodging Tax Advisory Committee.
Second, motion second, discussion. Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
And I put, John Colton called in. I put him at 3:15 tomorrow.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he had called and asked if I could meet with Brewster, and then he emailed me, and then he emailed back and said, oh, I got on the agenda. That's good. So, lady, this resolution, is a resolution in,
This is the agenda though, it's background.
it's going to attach CRP resolution establish the above listed projects. Initiating county road project designated CRP 1921-06, Salmon Creek Road. All right. So, move to approve resolution number 88-2019, the matter of initiating county road project designated as CRP number 9221-06, Salmon Creek Road, from milepost 2.95 to milepost 3.10, repairs.
Second. Motion second, all in favor?